Kool-Aid drinkers, we're back. Oh, are we back? Oh, yeah, Big Z couldn't make it tonight, so I'm filling in for him as the host. What we have here, the whole crew besides Big Z, we have Bob.
Hello, everybody.
Red Dog.
Yo.
And I'm UJ. And today, to start off our podcast, we're going to go into one of our favorite features that we love to do whenever we can. And that's entering the Lion's Den. Oh, we found a sucker for you this week, boy. We're playing the Indianapolis Colts this week, and we found a Colt fan. Oh, yes, we did. They're out there, folks. Believe it or not. And we found a guy brave enough to enter the Lion's Den. His name, Colton Novotny. Colton, welcome to the Lion's Den.
Thanks for having me on. I'm a little bit terrified to enter the den, but, I'm here. But
How did you summon the courage to enter the den here today?
A little crazy.
a lot of speaking into the mirror, had a couple drinks, and just had to work up the courage, but I'm here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
Good
How
answer.
confident are you in your team this week?
Confident in the team. I'm just more optimistic for the rest of the season. I am not expecting a win this week, but I am expecting that we're going to make some noise here towards the end of the season. So I'm very excited.
I guess you're spoiled the predictions
Yeah,
part
boy.
already. Wow. All right. Good
Wow,
start.
weak sauce
Maybe
there.
I'm just
He
psyching
came into
you
the
out.
lines and it just laid down meekly.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, maybe I'm
Watch
just
out.
psyching
He's
you
got
out.
a knife. He's rolling.
Well, yeah.
Don't trust it.
He's
He's
like
just rolling
lays
over
down the
plain
line. I
dead.
don't even want to kill him anymore.
I hope.
Just like, come on, at least put up a fight.
Yeah.
Jeez. What the hell?
Like we're poking him with a stick now. Like, is it alive? What's going on?
Bob,
So
Bob, do you have any questions for Colton here?
Yeah. What's going on with Anthony Richardson? I know they pulled him out and they brought him back. And what was about him tapping out that one game? He's like, I'm tired, man. I'm not going to play right now.
Yeah.
Do you believe in the guy still, or what's the deal?
Oh, absolutely. A fun fact, I do have an Anthony Richardson jersey, but I have so much faith in him. The whole tapping out situation, while it is a bad look for him, I just don't like he's so young, like he's younger than some college quarterbacks right now. And I just believe it was a maturity thing. I don't think he has enough training with like the media, and he just flat out told him how he truly felt when someone needs to like just train him to not speak the whole truth when talking to the media. Like just come up with the lies, just say something else. But the whole benching
Keep
thing,
your
I
yapper
was
shut.
very against it from the beginning. I thought Shane Steichen lost the locker room. Shane did not even inform the team that Anthony was being benched. Michael Pittman specifically found out through social media that Anthony was being benched. And I believe that he lost the locker room, and that immediately led to two losses, and they were rather ugly losses. But this past week, when Anthony was named the starter again, listening to my Colts podcast, there was so much excitement coming into the Jets game that it felt like we were due to win that game. The defense was more fired up, the offensive line was a lot more excited. So I'm very glad Anthony's back. I don't care if it was the Jets and they're in shambles right now. That was an amazing win for the franchise, and that changes the whole tone for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Hey,
It was good for America, too, that you beat Aaron Rodgers. So that was good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good for
We love to see
everybody.
it.
It's the world. And Colton, do you think Anthony Richardson's legit, or do you think his wild inaccuracy will follow him from college through the rest of his career? Do you think he'll figure it out?
No, I think he's legit. I really do. I know, well, at least coming in when Anthony was drafted, a lot of people were saying that the Colts, the reason why we drafted Anthony was because Shane Steichen worked with Jalen Hurts, and Jalen Hurts had his MVP run with the Eagles. And I believe that's going to translate. The accuracy, I think he can get better at that. And with him being a dual threat quarterback and with Jonathan Taylor, like we have his ceiling is so high. It's up to him if it comes to fruition. But I have so much faith in him. I think he's the real deal.
Well, for your sake, I hope you're right,
Yeah.
Colton. I don't
Yeah.
exactly feel the same way about Richardson as far as his accuracy. I mean, he may get
That's
better,
fine.
but I don't see him as being a great pocket passer in this league. He's going to rely heavily on his athleticism and his size and his running ability. That's in my eyes, but and he's going to win games for him. He will win games for him, though. There's no doubt. But taking him to the promised land, I'm not sure.
Wait, are you saying he's like Lamar 2.0 or not even giving him the upgrade of 2.0?
I don't think
or something?
he's as good a
Like
passer
Lamar
as Lamar.
Light or something? Is that
Well,
what you're saying?
I feel similar about Lamar, but Lamar's a better passer.
I think Richardson's more like Josh Allen in comparison to Lamar.
I'm not sure that's a great endorsement, though. If UJ's saying nice things about Lamar Jackson to compare it to Richardson, that's not a very that's a pretty bad scale right there.
Yeah, Colton, I think the Josh Allen comp is a pretty good one. I mean, I don't know that he's going to end up being that, but he's got the potential. He's got a big arm. The guy can run, and he didn't play very much in college at all. So he's kind of he probably should have sat for a year, in an ideal world. But if he's got the right coaching, he could turn it around. I don't know.
Yeah,
So
this is truly his rookie year because his rookie year last year, he only played 4 games and was out for the rest of the year. So technically, this is still his rookie year.
Yeah. See, to me, that's all like, hey, look, I hope he succeeds. I always wish we could turn off like the injury button in the league. But when your formula is I'm going to get things done with my legs as a quarterback, I just don't have faith in your ability to hang around in this league. Season 1 kind of speaks to that.
Yeah.
I agree.
How about the rest of your team? Jonathan Taylor is an awesome back. I do like him.
He's awesome.
But
he's a top 5 back.
Yeah. What's the strength of your team, though? I mean, really, right now, the way you see it, what's your best? The strength of your team, is it the offense, defense, line? I mean, what is it? Secondary? What do you think?
I must say our strength is our offensive line. Pro Football Focus has us. I think according to Pro Football Focus, we're 3rd in the offensive line grading right
you're
now.
Down like 3 starters, right?
I do think our offensive line's our strength, but I also believe that we have one of the most undervalued wide receiver groups in the NFL. Josh Downs is a future Pro Bowler, All-Pro, and Alec Pierce is a great deep ball threat. I think we all have all the pieces. I would like to see us get a little better at corner. That's our weaknesses right now. Our 7th round pick is our best corner right now in Jalen Jones. But Kenny Moore is one of the best nickel corners in the NFL. So we just need to get better outside on defense, but we have a lot of pieces.
What do you think of this is, since I don't know much about the Colts, they're kind of off the radar these days, but what do you think of these Indiana Knights uniforms they're going to wear this week? These alternate uniforms?
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
They're
not bad. I like the helmets.
I haven't seen those.
Yeah.
I haven't seen those.
They're Knights?
Indiana Knights, they call them. Like nighttime Knights.
Yeah, like black. It's like a blackout kind of version.
So
I'm pretty sure the Lions have done something like that. Where the helmets are black.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
It was dope.
I know we won big and all that, but they sucked. But anyway, yeah.
But they don't need it. And the Lions are road warriors, so you guys are going to get beat up pretty well.
The Lions will do it wearing bloody rags, so it doesn't matter.
If the Colts are smart, they just play all their subs so their starters don't get hurt for the next game, I think. Probably smart.
That's something a scared Lions fan would say.
Ooh.
Yeah. Hey, Colton.
What would a brave Lions fan say? Because I feel like none of us are scared, so I'm just... we hitting both sides of the spectrum?
To play their A-plus game.
Hey, Colton, I have a question about you becoming a Colts fan. Now, you grew up in a family of Lions fans and Cardinals fans.
Correct.
How did you end up a Colts fan out of that?
Well, it's funny. I actually get that question more times than not. It has nothing to do with my name.
It was the paint chips by the house. They were
when I was a
really
bad boy
accessible.
For Zach's Rip City baseball team, growing up in the day, me and Charlie were bad boys. We had a tournament in Indianapolis. I will never forget it. I believe I was 5. And we were at a tournament, and we drove by the Colts Stadium that Peyton built before the renovation. I saw that stadium, and I became a Colts fan ever since.
Wow.
Okay.
Sounds
I just
mystical.
saw the stadium.
Had nothing to do with your name?
Has
That's just a
nothing
coincidence?
to do with the name.
Wow.
That's wild.
All right, I kind of like that
it's
story.
Not a bad story. Not a bad story.
But you should have been a Lions fan to have been a lot happier. But
I will admit, Colt, I do.
Well, I mean, he's here tonight, so he's a little kooky. It fits.
But I even have a little very slight residual rooting for the Colts because I was a huge Peyton Manning fan back in the day.
God, he's such a
man, Peyton Manning.
He can go on about him for hours.
That was my man crush, man. Peyton Manning was awesome.
Gross, honestly.
He was the best. He was awesome.
Yeah, he was great.
But that's a long time
ago.
Loves,
that coach that used to coach there too. What's his name?
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Oh, he coached for the Lions after too.
Yeah.
He had a very stoic expression.
Well, Colt, I got a question for you. I mean, since you are such an avid True Blue Colts fan, can you sing the fight song for us?
Oh,
we do not. I don't think we've had a fight song since the Colts were in Baltimore.
All right, then make one up.
There's not an Indianapolis Colts fight song. There's a Baltimore Colts fight song. So that's yeah. We do not have something that the Lions have. It's actually frustrating.
So let me get it straight. You're not going to sing for us then, right?
No, I will not be singing. There's nothing to sing.
That is incredibly disappointing.
Sure
it is.
We'll forward
I wish
on.
I could. I would serenade you.
Make it up, like we said. Make it up right now. Come on.
I'm not that good at improv.
You're on the spot. Go. Creativity.
All right. Okay.
Go Colts.
All right.
Lions will lose.
Wow.
I got
Anthony Richardson will take us to the Super Bowl. Go Colts.
Yeah, right. That's a good pitch there.
Wow. You should drop that on SoundCloud. That was really good.
Yeah.
But,
hey, Red Dog, you got a question for Colton here?
I do have a question. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you never get to play golf again, or 10 being going down in a fiery plane crash, how scared are you of the Detroit Lions this weekend?
I mean, 0. All the pressure's on the Lions. There's no pressure on the Colts.
That's not on the scale. What are you? That doesn't count.
That's a 0. It's not a 1.
1 and 10 between.
Wow.
All the pressure's on the Lions. You guys are expected to win this game.
Is there?
It would be a really tough look if Richardson
no, that's like old Lions, baby.
that would be a tough look.
Yeah, that would be a tough look.
Unlikely.
That way.
Very unlikely. Wow.
But they're not playing Richardson. They're playing themselves. They got they're shadow boxing this week. They're just trying to beat themselves. They'll take. Yeah. They're not worried about you guys. No, they'll.
Well, anybody else got any last comments or questions?
That was a bad answer
for Colton here.
It was good. I respect it.
We need we have to get his prediction.
Oh, yeah.
But hey, Colton, can you hear me?
Yes.
There you are. Don't you have a golf podcast? Do you still have that?
Yes, that will get back up and running in January. I had a whole hectic year with this new job position, so it will be back up in January.
All right, give us the title of it if anyone wants to. He's an awesome golfer.
I love the plug.
Colton.
He's an awesome golfer.
Yeah.
It's called Making Pars, Hitting Bars Podcast. You can find it on Spotify and Apple.
Yeah, don't let his sports team's taste have influence on what you think of his podcast. Just differentiate. He's a great golfer. He's great in that realm. This just not.
He's a great guy,
football.
great golfer.
Thank
he
you.
just messed up on football.
Yeah, he did.
It could be worse.
One area.
Could be a Packers fan.
That's true. That's very true.
True about that. All right, now the last thing, Colton, before you leave the Lions Den, barely with your life, what is your prediction for the game?
Alrighty. So I believe the spread right now is at 7.5.
Yep.
I don't know if anyone can confirm that real quick.
Yes, that is true. 7.5.
I don't know if there's been any line movement. Well, first, the Colts are going to cover.
Ooh.
That's for sure.
Ooh,
It's going to be 24-24. Jared Goff is going to throw a pick. Anthony Richardson's going to lead us down. We're going to score. And the Colts are going to win and cover.
He's got a knife. He's not dead.
And
holy shit!
And the cameras are going to pan to Dan Campbell and Jared Goff, and they're just going to have their jaws dropped in shock. The Colts Stadium is going to erupt, and the headlines will read.
I'm glad no one can hear
The
this.
headlines will read: Richardson takes down the
Oh, boy.
A little rough.
Juggernaut Lions.
Oh, boy.
Oof.
All right.
I think
he went off
the
the rails
internet
there.
is censoring
Yeah, I
you. It
think
doesn't
so.
like what you're saying.
That's so
Think
tough.
so.
So something shut him down.
That's so
Hopefully it
tough.
comes through on the recording somewhere, I guess. What?
It's tough out here on the golf course.
Hey.
Service isn't great.
Yeah. Give us your final score because we didn't quite catch
Yeah.
that in all the
Okay.
feedback there that we got.
Yes, I will repeat again. 24-24. Jared Goff is going to throw a fourth quarter interception. Richardson's going to take us down. We're going to win. And then the cameras are going to go to Dan Campbell and Jared Goff as their jaws drop to the floor in shock that Richardson did this. And then the headlines will read that Richardson takes down the gauntlet, the Juggernaut Lions. Colts cover plus 7.5, even sprinkled their money line.
Hey, can we ever get any
Well,
sane
yes, they
people
would
on
cover
here?
just by winning. That is true.
Yeah.
Sane people on this podcast, to enter the den here. We get these delusional
Which
people. all the
yeah.
time.
One of his
Remember-
other personalities at the beginning was all like, "We're gonna lose," and at the end, he's like, "We got this. We're gonna,
Yeah.
we're gonna."
Yeah,
Are there
it's
like
like,
paint
uh,
cans stored in that shed with you? Like you're getting some fumes that are confusing
Yeah.
me. I don't know what's going on.
You know, golfers,
Yeah.
they're a wild bunch.
Colts money line. Watch out for it.
Oh boy!
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks for coming on,
Thanks,
Colton.
Colt.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Crazy SOB.
All right.
Oh, wait,
boy.
I can't
All
say
right,
that. That's
take
my-
care.
All right.
Take care, Colt. Wow, that was tough, guys.
Wow.
That was tough.
That was wild, man.
The
That dude's crazy.
delusion
That was tough.
in the man.
He was convinced they were going to lose, and then all of a
I
sudden
know.
he believed
think
it at the end. That they
It's
were gonna
almost
win.
like our Blue Kool-Aid got into him. That was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, holy cow! Wow.
That's Honolulu Blue Kool-Aid.
Anyway,
Dude, don't drink
thanks
that.
to Colton
It's not
for
you.
entering the den today. Before we talk
was
about
great.
this week's game, though, since we missed our pod on Tuesday, our normal pod, I just want to briefly touch on the game we just played against the Jags. So we won't spend a lot of time on it, but Bob, let's start with you. Your thoughts on that game and anything you want to say about that game we just played against the Jags.
Yeah, that was a fun game. We were at the game, and it was just amazing. I mean, they were just marching up and down the field. The no doubt for that game. And I just love when they run up the score. Like, people say, like, oh, a close game's better. I'm happy with the blowout, man. It's fun. I like it. Especially when their offense is cooking like
Oh,
that.
boy.
It's like,
I bet
It's
being there,
so
it's
fun.
even better, too.
oh, yeah. It's great. And everyone was playing so well. I mean, Amon-Ra and the Jameer
Amon-Ra
Gibbs,
was off.
Montgomery, Goff was excellent. And the defense was still great, And even though we're losing guys, and they're just next guys stepping up. So
Yeah.
just a fun game. That hard to break down much about the X's and O's because it was pretty one-sided,
Yeah.
but it was really fun.
Yes.
What do you guys think?
How about you, Red Dog?
Yeah, Bob said it. It's kind of hard to go, it's like drinking through a fire hose if you start going into all the details because there's a lot of good ones. But I don't know. Maybe the most impressive thing was how fast that 51 almost caught J-Mo when he was jogging to the end zone. Yeah, he was actually the guy who tripped up Gibbs, too, on that long 55-yarder he had. But anyway, no, I mean, we looked awesome. It was like just like my Madden games predicted this offseason when I played it was like the exact thing. Like Jameer Gibbs, J-Mo for like 120 yards and a touchdown, and freaking Amon-Ra with 160 and 2 touchdowns. Like honestly, I
Insane.
feel like that's what a lot of us were expecting to see a few times this year, and it was just
I know.
enjoyable, glorious.
UJ came close on the score. I did say that I did have both running back scoring and Amon-Ra scoring, so I had that part of
Yeah.
it right. But
So
I only
awesome.
had him scoring 35 points. But UJ, you got it close on the
Can't
score.
remember what my exact score was, but
It was like 45 to
Yeah,
6
you were
Okay.
close.
I don't know what the other something.
I
like
missed
that.
just a little high.
But it was indeed a fun game to watch, and a couple interesting things from that game. Goff, 412 yards, 25 of 29, 4 TDs, perfect quarterback rating. Just another day at the office for Jared Goff. Amon-Ra St. Brown. This is an interesting stat. It's his 6th straight start with at least 6 receptions and 1 touchdown, and it's only been done before in history. Never. He's the only one
let's
ever
go.
to do it. Amon-Ra St.
That's
Brown.
awesome.
This is. I mean, we're doing stuff that no one's ever done before. I mean,
see, last week we discarded all those other streaks.
I know, right?
Now we just got a few new ones going.
They had 38 first downs, which is 3 short of the NFL record.
That's insane.
Wow.
We broke Lions record, but that is a Lions record. And 644 yards in total offense, another Lions record. And 46-point victory margin, biggest ever for a Lions team. I mean, this is just incredible shit. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, we topped our previous benchmark against the Jags, too, because we had their previous highest points differential in a loss. Then we just went up to...
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
And it was nice to see Kirby getting a pick in this one, too.
Kirby,
nice.
man.
And here's something I didn't notice until
awesome.
later. But when J-Mo scored that touchdown and flew into the end zone backwards like that, he was doing a Marshawn Lynch imitation.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that at first. So
that's what he was doing
his
that
crotch
part?
while he's flying backwards.
Grabbing his crotch. Yeah.
They put the pictures side by side on the internet. You can see him. He did it exactly. It was pretty cool.
J-Mo is such a troll. I feel like it kind of it's amazing, but it's like always like annoys like me. Even like he does not like to run full speed to the end zone. He likes to like turn it down a gear and just coast.
He did
if he feels like he
He's
can.
teasing those guys.
He did it last.
man.
He did it on that last one in the black uniforms where he did the same, almost identical route. Remember, he hit that post for a touchdown, and like he doesn't like to just burn through. He always starts coasting when he knows he's out. Like
doesn't bother me.
No,
man.
me
I
neither.
love it. I love it.
it's awesome. I just want to see how fast he tops on those satellites. That tell you how fast you're going or whatever.
Yeah,
He's
Jahmyr Gibbs.
so fast.
He got another fast run. I forgot the stats on that.
55-yarder on that reception.
His speed was, I think, his second fastest of the year.
Yeah,
So
his
fast.
almost 23 miles an hour, right? Or maybe a little over 23. I can't remember.
Yeah, something like that. It was,
Yeah,
it was right around
23
there.
this time.
This ridiculous speed on this thing between J-Mo and Jameer. Wow. I mean, wow.
Yeah, that's why you just forget about Amon-Ra.
Yeah. And this is without our number one tight end.
Right.
Laporta did not play. And
Brock Wright
but
got
it's nice to
nutty.
see Zylstra getting a nice catch there.
Nice
and
to see him.
Brock Wright. So that's the part with this team that's so good is if you shut down one weapon, we got another one somewhere else. There's always someone.
Well, I was watching a bit of a podcast with Chris Long on it. I don't know what pod it was, but he was talking about this team and how special this team is and the receivers and stuff because they block as hard as they do running for catches and stuff like that. I mean, these guys, all the receivers block.
Oh, yeah.
The tight ends block.
Oh, yeah.
They do all the dirty work, man. And then it's not celebrated. You don't get celebrated for that stuff. The coaches, I mean, I'm sure in the meetings they get celebrated, but
that was it Keegan Key Peel?
Yeah.
He was saying like he'll watch the game and be like noticing some guy catches the ball, but then he'll watch all the other receivers and they're all just blocking or whatever. Like I thought that was kind of cool to see a celebrity comedian noticing that kind of stuff. Like it's just that's their identity, man. There ain't no one taking time off during a play on this team,
right? And even our running backs too, with giving Goff protection. I mean, running backs and tight ends, you see them taking out linebackers and even running back going against a defensive end sometime. And I remember previous regimes where the running backs weren't very good blockers. Maybe one of them could block, but the other one couldn't. And these guys all do it. They do it all. Everyone.
Oh, like you're right. And I think the big thing, UJ, though, is like it's the culture, the mentality that Dan Campbell they block for each other. That's the difference. They're not out there blocking for their like role. They're blocking for each other. These guys see that David Montgomery, like they've all actually caught themselves like Amon-Ra had caught himself slacking at one point, and but then they realize if they don't block through the whistle, they might give up a touchdown or something because these guys they're blocking for are absolute dogs, and like Montgomery and Gibbs and like they all know like they care about each other. They know that like they're gonna get the most from each other, and then it's the flip side too. These guys want to run so hard because of who they got blocking for them. That one touchdown by Montgomery where like Sewell throws like a block in the backfield and then sprints and catches up and just pulls him into the end zone. Him and two other dudes.
That was awesome.
And did you see the video when Monty was when the coach was showing it to him on the sideline and on the iPad, and Monty's like, "What the?" Like he gets up, he's like, "Penny!" He just gives him like a look, like
that was awesome.
He's giving him a look like you a motherfucking bad man.
Yeah, Penny should have got an assist on that one for sure.
The coaching, all the details on this team, they're like they haven't had a false start like in 3 weeks or whatever, 4 weeks or I don't know. It's been a while.
That's a great observation, bro. That's a good one.
Yeah, they and that Zadarius Smith. Did you hear him talking about practice? He's like, someone makes a mistake that there. Campbell's like, it's the end of the world, and he's like, I love it, the intensity,
Awesome.
it's like an uptick from what he was used to.
Oh my god,
it's kind of cool.
Zadarius Smith has worked out fairly well so far in
got his first
early
sack.
results. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so like, when he was down there that one time, I was like, no, come on. What is like is D end on the Lions like the defense against the dark arts job? Like, geez, like everyone's dropping out there. But then he came back. Thank goodness.
Oh boy, but what a game!
And we got what do we got? Iffy is injured
If
for something
back
else,
on
but
the IR,
he's off
apparently a broken
We have to-
finger.
We have to change his nickname. He can't be Iffy anymore. It's like probably won't. I think is the
Yeah, probably.
And Broderick Martin's back, right?
I heard it was a
He's
finger,
back.
broken finger of some sort of like that, which it just seems weird.
You know who is back
Yeah.
though? Full practice.
Who?
E-Man.
Who?
Yeah, and
Emmanuel Moses.
Oh yeah. He's still in the 21-day.
He's full practice. He was
Yeah.
listed full practice though.
Carlton Davis broke his finger practicing against Amon-Ra, and then fighting off the line. But he's gonna just wear a glove or whatever, a club
Absolutely.
or whatever though.
That dude's a beast. He had broke his finger in the last game, right?
Yeah.
Like he played this last game with a broken hand
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
or finger.
Also
So-
of note, Broderick Morton has been activated to the roster again, so he is.
Yeah.
We'll probably see some action this week, I would imagine, in the rotation. So
I'm interested to see
It's
what
nice
he
having
brings.
guys coming back. Instead
It
of
is.
just,
and
We feel like we've been losing.
yeah.
we signed a linebacker from the Dolphins off the practice squad.
Oh yeah, long.
I've read
Raiders.
many good things about this guy, especially in the run game. He's supposed to be just a dynamite run defender. So, and that's what we do best, and that's what we rely a lot on. So, it's a good addition. It looks like anyway on paper.
As long as you got like
Yeah.
Campbell and Rodrigo, though, you're good.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, Campbell's the man now.
He's
Yeah,
such. He is. the
he
man.
is.
He's awesome.
That guy is wow. He's just getting better game by game. Just watching this guy, he's just something to watch. He reminds me a little of Urlacher back in the day in his prime, or Kuechly a little bit, just because of the size for
There's
one
some
thing and the
similarities.
speed he can cover sideline to sideline. He's just everywhere. He seems like he's in on every tackle. It seems like it just seems that way. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, he is. It's a practical. I think he's bound to have one of those flashy games at some point here where he puts some flashy stats up there.
Yeah, I just like to see him get a pick.
Yeah.
That's what I like to see. I like to see
That would
Campbell
be
get
nice.
a pick.
Or like a sack fumble.
Kind of,
something.
Yeah.
Make everyone notice. But anyway, that game was fun. It was a lot of fun. But we're on.
Yeah. Hey, one more thing about Goff's performance, because I would say he actually this was like maybe his best performance of the season, because it wasn't like they provided no pressure or did anything. Like he was moving really well in the pocket. Like his feet were very, his footwork was sharp. He was, moving in and up and in and out, and like, because Walker and Allen were getting some pressures and stuff, but it didn't affect him. He looked like, his mobility just seems to get better with age. It's weird.
To that point, in the locker room celebration, which is always must see TV, watching the Lions locker room celebrations. Campbell now, he keeps stats all the time. Remember that one game he forgot to keep
because of that one game.
So now he brings the stats in all the time, and he's going, Jared Goff. He goes, and he stops. He goes, look, 21 yards rushing.
21 yards.
Whoa! They all went crazy. I thought that was awesome. 21 yards,
That was
man.
great.
Nice day.
Yeah.
Nice.
They say they asked him in the press conference, like, we got Sonic and Knuckles, who are you? And he's like, I don't know enough about the Sonic world to name my character.
Call him Stick. You kind of a long. I don't know, but
He's the tree.
but I'll tell you what, he seems to be a little bolder in his running out of the pocket, getting that first down when he needed. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's confidence in part. Like it's just him getting just
I don't know
better
if-
all the time.
I've seldom
there are stories.
Oh, go
Go ahead.
No, you go.
I just say there's stories of like Tom Brady and Manning and some of these guys gaining actually more elusiveness in their as they got older, because they just get more pocket savvy and stuff. I have a feeling it's something along those lines. And he's directly training like his sprinting and like his running. Like he's not just like practicing as a quarterback. He's making sure to keep, he might have even better legs than he's had too on top of it. So
right, yeah, he's actually working on the craft. Yeah, exactly. But have
awesome.
I mean, it's seldom you've seen a more confident player right now than Goff. I mean, he's just brimming with confidence.
It takes confidence to throw 5 picks and just shake it off like it was.
That's
nothing.
the point example right there. I mean, to throw 5 picks would ruin most quarterbacks. It didn't phase him a bit. It's just he forgot about that and led the game-winning drives, and he was fine. I mean, unbelievable.
Absolutely fine.
Incredible.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So,
hell yeah.
All right. That was a fun game, but now it's on to the Colts. Before we do that, though, I'm going to read off a few things because Z is not here, and he's a big stat guy. I'm not. But I went and looked up a bunch of stats. So I'm going to throw a few stats out there, and for Z, okay? I'm doing it for him.
Z would be proud, Pops.
So I'm going to read the DVOA stats. You know what that means, right?
Why don't you enlighten us there, UJ?
DVOA? DVOA, people like to call it for short.
Yeah.
Even though DeVoe was actually shorter. But okay, here's a quiz. What does that stand for? Not Justin. I'm not asking you now, Kid J.
It's like adjusted values or something.
What does it stand for, DVOA?
It's something to do with it's like a comprehensive stat, right? With like something with adjusted values or
value
something.
over
Average.
Yeah. It says defense adjusted value over average is what it stands for.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway. We all kind of know it.
Now, what's that mean?
We all kind of know what that means, sort of. So here's the Lions. Hold on. This is actually very interesting statistic.
Go ahead.
Lions DVOA pass offense, they're 9th in the league. Run offense, they're 1st. Pass defense, they're second. Run defense, they're 5th. Special teams, 1st. So this is in the whole league, all right? Now, but there's another real interesting stat here. The overall average, those are the individual aspects of the game, but the overall DVOA is 49.8%. That is the 3rd highest after 10 games in the history of doing this stat since 1979. The only 2 teams that were above that were the 07 New England Patriots, which went undefeated to the Super Bowl, and then the 1991 Washington Redskins, which we remember that team, Bob.
Yeah.
John Riggins, the Hogs, and all those guys.
That's crazy.
They were a good team.
They walloped us in the yeah. Oh, boy. Yeah. Anyway, so we're the 3rd highest in the history of the stat. So that is pretty interesting, I think. Anyway,
yeah, it is.
That's a good one.
Wow, that's so. I mean, does that mean we're the highest in the league right now in that stat?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the overall DVOA. Wow. So 49%, 49.8. That's above average. So you figure 0 being average. All right,
that sounds less exciting.
Anyway, the Colts, on the other hand, and this is not okay. They're 19th in points scored this year. They're 23rd in offensive DVOA. 17th in defense, and 8th in special teams. So they're 19th in points allowed, 19th in passing, 14th against the run, and anyway, they're a much more mediocre team than we are. They're not in our league basically stat wise. So I hope Z appreciates these stats that we threw out there.
Yes,
there's no emotions involved with this one. It's just stats. All right. In fact, Z's new nickname is Stats. So, now, Z, we're just having fun, Z. You'll be able to get us back when you come back. He's and
our offense is cooking, man. We're averaging 33, a little over. I don't have the stat in front of me, but it's 33 points a game, and I think the next highest of the Ravens are 3 points lower than us. So.
That's just freaking incredible.
Wow,
it's mind blowing.
Pretty cool.
And this is without Hutch. Could you bet? Like, this is like, I mean, honestly, we're going for Super Bowl this year, but like, we're putting the whole league on notice right now. Like this defense is on another level. Especially if everyone's assuming Glenn will be gone next year, but if we kept him for another year, like this whole team could like just go on a roll for like a decade.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can't remember an offense so complete. I mean. And the engine is our offensive line. And apparently Zeitler, well, we know the comparison between our man we traded, Jonah Jackson. Who is now
he just got
benched, right, Bob?
He got benched.
But Zeitler's been rating over 90 the last few weeks, and he's just killing it. I mean, just killing it.
Yeah, he's been like exactly what you expect him to be, and he hasn't dropped off a bit from what he. No disappointment there, man. What a great signing.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
So really, theoretically, and like Colton was telling us about the O-line being a strength, but I think he's slightly misinformed on this one, personally.
I think he was a little delirious there, UJ.
I think their
he was just
D-line
trying to
is
sound tough
actually
by
their
the end there.
strength. Quiddy Pay, 5.5 sacks. Latu.
Quiddy Pay.
Latu.
I do like Quiddy Pay. That's a great name.
Is that how you say his name?
He's having a good rookie season, isn't he?
R2D2.
R2D2. Yeah, I like it. Anyway, they're pretty good defensive line. DeForest Buckner.
What's his stat line, UJ? Latu.
He has 3
rookie,
sacks, 2 forced fumbles. I don't know how many tackles, but pretty good. DeForest Buckner, 29 tackles, 4 for loss, 3.5 sacks. These are studs.
Buckner's
These guys
a
are
stud.
studs. They're really good players.
Yeah, they got some studs there.
And
So that's like it's so funny. Like D lines just don't register the same way they used to. Like in terms of like threat scale, like you just figure anyone who goes against our O line is going to have a rough day.
well, for the last 2 years now, every time we're warned that this team's got a great D line, man, we just own them. Like our offensive line is so good. It's just so good.
So good.
We neutralize the best defensive lines in football.
Yep.
On a regular basis.
Like seriously. I mean, like you might give up like one shot here or there, but throughout like the course of a game, our O line is just like unbeaten.
Yeah. Another stat I'd throw out there is the turnovers. The Colts have a lot of turnovers. They've had 18 giveaways this year.
Kirby Joseph
Richardson has 7 interceptions and 8 fumbles so far this year. So that's a lot of turnovers.
Branch and Kirby are going to be feasting.
I think so. Yeah, that's a big thing. I mean, Richardson, he's very athletic. He could give us fits at times. He'll probably get a few yards here and there, breaking away with a little run here and there. But I don't know. I see our defense doing a job on him. But
I think he's gonna have a rough day. Our defense is too good, man. We play too good, too disciplined. And have we even been hurt really by a running quarterback this year? Because I know we've played a few.
Not really.
Trying to think of one who
Kyler Murray. I think
that one game.
Kyler Murray has the most yards against us as a quarterback. I think he had 56 yards. So.
Oh, okay. I guess I don't remember because we won that, but like the Baker one, I guess was more consequential. But
right. The Kyler Murray was the most
early.
Yards, so.
That was a good stat, UJ. I'm proud of you.
I don't know.
Yeah, well done.
And I don't know if we've mentioned it. I think we did, Bob. I think you mentioned Laporta's probably coming back this week. So,
yeah,
that's good to see.
Yeah.
And last but not least, we also mentioned this earlier. The line in this game is 7.5 points. Lions are favored by on the road. So these and the Lions are a covering machine. By the way, it doesn't matter what the line is. We seem to cover the line. So
it's because we've won all our games.
Probably a good bet. Yeah, but they don't just win.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we cover the lines.
Cover. Good teams win, great teams cover.
Oh, holy crap. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I just needed a reframing there. So that means we're covering our disadvantages even still. Like we're not just like winning. We're like cuz we're being docked points, right? Effectively cuz we're always favored this year.
Yeah.
Right? Like so that means we're covering by more than what the I see.
Hey, that might be an interesting.
I'm used to that being a.
Hey, that might be an interesting concept, bro, Doug. Come up with these lines and then like say we give the Colts 7.5 points to start the game, and then we gotta like catch them and beat them.
That's what they.
Like
that's
bowling,
what the betting is. It's like when.
No, he's talking about the game.
Yeah, like
itself.
In actuality, like giving 7
like
points.
the clocks.
Dan Campbell proves.
It starts out 7-0 on the scoreboard.
The game hasn't started yet. We haven't kicked off yet.
I like this. I mean, the way we're playing, that might be the future of the league. UJ,
I don't know.
Right
hey,
there.
why not?
The Lions handicap.
I think Campbell would like that. I think Campbell would probably like that.
The Detroit
we'll
handicap.
spot him. I don't care.
Is what they'll call it.
Doesn't matter.
All right, we got to get roaring.
Yes,
here.
yes. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
roar.
Yeah. It's time for our world famous predictions. Oh yeah. And then to start it off today, let's go with Rud Dog. What's your predictions for the game? Oh,
Are
No.
we?
did
Or the week.
Bob,
Yeah.
say it for me. I'm gonna rewind.
I was gonna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Now our famous roar of the week part of our prediction segment.
All right.
All right,
Rud Dog.
Red Dog,
Okay.
you're first up. Who's your roar?
Oh my goodness, you guys are funny. All right. I'm going to do an unprecedented thing here, gentlemen. I'm going to go with a quadruple dip. Jahmyr Gibbs, baby. I think this man, my man's is the ascent continues. Like, if he didn't have David Montgomery, that would have probably been a mega performance last week. But I think he's going to get one this week. I think he's going to go off and get like one of those like super back performances. Like, I mean, what was his totals last year? Like last week, like 120 something yards anyway with the air catch too. I think he's going to get 200 yards all purpose and 3 touchdowns in this game. He's gonna put it all together. He's not gonna get shoelace tackled from behind this time, and he's gonna be a menace. Jahmyr Gibbs is my roar of the week.
Whoa. All right.
All right, I like it.
Bob.
All right. Yes, the Lions are cooking right now. You know, they talk about how they've been playing very consistently. They haven't been playing down to their competition or up. They just play their game. They're not running up the score. They're just good and they score a lot. You know, so I think they're going to keep that up. And I think they're starting to see all this history stuff. You know, you can't help but notice that stuff, right? Even if you're not focused on it.
Right.
They're breaking all these records and all that. And Amon-Ra has been cooking. Does he have 8 games in a row with a touchdown, receiving touchdown?
Insane.
And I think he's going to continue that. So he had his record, personal record for yards last week. I think he's going to continue what he's doing this week. He's getting another touchdown and close to 100 yards again. No drops. Whatever they target him with, he'll catch them all. 10 for 10, 9 for 9, 11 for 11, whatever it is. So he's going to go off this week. Amon-Ra St. Brown is my roar of the week.
All right. And this is tough every week because I could pick like between 10 guys, you know, like easily.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone on offense.
Seriously.
Half the people on defense. But I'm going to go Jack Campbell again. I said Jack Campbell last week, but I'm sticking with him because I think he's going to get his first pick. He's going to get his first pick.
Nice.
He needs it, man. Like, he seems to be the quiet assassin out there. Like, the coaches notice him, and us hardcore fans notice him, but he sort of does it so quietly. He's awesome, but in a quiet way. It's hard to describe. But, man, is he a force on the field. I think he's going to have just an awesome day with at least 1 sack and 1 interception. So my roar of the week is Jack Campbell.
Nice.
Yeah, how about, hey, Kid J. It's time for Kid J to chime in here. Kid J, what's your roar of the week?
My roar of the week, I agree with you, UJ. I think it's going to be Jack Campbell. I think he's going to have to stand out because the Lions don't have many healthy linebackers left, and somebody has to spy Anthony Richardson because he's a big runner, and it'll be a good training test for when they play Josh Allen in like 2.5 weeks, in like 3 weeks after this one. So. I think it'll be a good test to see how the Lions will be able to cover Josh Allen since he's seems like a better version of Anthony Richardson. I think Jack Campbell's going to have to play a big role in stopping Anthony Richardson, especially on the run. On read options and his general scrambles when the Lions coverage solidifies things downfield. So I think he's going to have to play a big role in stopping the Colts offense. So he's my roar of the week.
Oh, I like it, KJ. Great analysis there. Awesome.
And then I have Big Z's. I could say Big Z's as well.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Big Z's roar of the week is DJ Reader. He says he won't stuff the stat sheet, but his ability to take on double teams will free up our linebackers to attack the run-heavy offense of the Colts. So DJ Reader is Big Z's roar of the week.
I love that one.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like it.
Okay, we got our roars of the weekend now. And by the way, you listeners out there, if you want to send your roar in, send it in to us. We'd like to see it. But anyway, time for our world famous, renowned throughout the world. The kings and princes all listen to it, and the powers that be around the world are all listening to this right now in bated breath, waiting to hear our predictions. Ooh, yeah. All right. So our predictions for this week.
Who do you go to?
I'm gonna go. Let's go Red Dog first. Red Dog first.
All right.
Best for first, eh? No, I'm just kidding. All right. Well, I mean, Colts are a tougher team than the Jags. I think they'll put up a little bit of a fight, but it won't be much. The Lions will do Lions things and dominate as usual. I think our offense is going to look a little bit like it did last week. I don't think that's just for the Jags. I think all teams are going to start getting more and more points as the Lions just found their groove, and that's why it's going to be an easy 64-0. The defense is stout and unpenetrable as Richardson flounders, getting chased around by our D-line, throwing picks to our secondaries. I think Terrion gets his first interception. And then I'm with you, Jay. Pick for Jack Campbell. It's going to be just a trouncing. I mean, it just is what it is. That's what the Lions do now. So that's what we have. 64-0. Detroit Lions win going away.
Wow. So what is that? Your
It's my prediction.
Oh,
it's my prediction.
All right. Bob, what is your prediction?
All right. Yeah, I like the Lions. They're humming along right now. They're through what are they in the second half or whatever they call it? Probably in the back nine of the season right now.
Yeah.
They can clinch a playoff spot soon, I think, right? They're
Probably.
Anyway, but that's not important. They're not even working about that. They're just going game by game, and they're cooking right now. They're cooking along. So I think the offense is going to have a big day. They're road warriors. They play good everywhere. So I think it's going to be a big day for Goff again. Both running backs are going to be doing well. Like I said, Amon-Ra is going to have a big game. And I think Laporta coming back, he's going to get it back on the scoreboard again himself with a touchdown. Defense is going to be stout. They're going to score. I think they are going to give up a touchdown in this game, but only one. And I think the Lions are going to go away handily and win this one 41-13. Detroit Lions is my prediction.
Oh, man.
How do they get a touchdown, though?
That's a good prediction.
How do they get it? They score. They go over the goal line with the ball.
But with a running back do you think Richardson's going to pass for it?
Yeah, they're not going to run it in. They're going to have to pass it in somehow, some way.
Okay.
You have a lot of faith in Richardson. Okay, respect.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that.
All right, I like that prediction a lot. It's very similar to mine,
Nice.
Bob, as you're about to hear.
Yeah, that's 2 weeks in a row. We're similar.
It's very similar.
It's almost like your brothers.
Really similar, actually. So my prediction is going to be 42-10, which is pretty close to what you had.
Yeah.
But I see Jonathan Taylor he's not going to get 50 yards in this game. He's their best weapon, but I don't see him getting 50 yards. I see our run defense being stout as ever, forcing the Colts into a lot of passing situations. Again, a lot of picks. There's going to be at least 2 turnovers in favor of the Lions in this game, and a lot of people are going to score again. I think Gibbs and Monty. It's almost a sure bet these days. Gibbs and Monty, but here's the thing: with letdowns, a lot of teams can have letdowns in games like this or during the course of a season. Right now, I don't see the Lions having any letdowns, and I'll use an analogy that I use in golfing. And I'm not a good golfer, right? But I remember one day I was golfing, and you know how truly great athletes in whatever the sport is, you have to be completely in the moment. You can't be thinking ahead or behind. You just got to be focused in the moment. So the analogy I use, because one time I was golfing and I was first 4 holes I parred, I was even and then all of a sudden my mind started thinking ahead, oh shit, if I keep doing what I'm doing, my next shot in the woods, and my game just fell apart because I got out of the moment. Dan Campbell has this team playing in the moment every week. Like, he's not thinking about this. I know they have goals and they want to win the division, get the bye and all this stuff, but they're in the moment. It's just the game in front of them that counts and nothing else. And I don't see that changing with this team. So I think they continue their dominance like they have been. And again, a big score, 42-10 is my prediction.
Noise. Plus, I think they already had that little letdown a couple weeks ago against Texans, so I think they've tapped. They don't need another one anytime soon yet.
Yeah, I suppose, but that was a good team. So, I mean, they're gonna run into good teams. I mean, they're gonna get punched in the mouth, and
sure,
they're gonna punch back. So that's the main thing.
Yeah.
That's why it'll be so much fun a couple weeks now when we play Buffalo. That's gonna be that's gonna be fun.
All right, Kid
Yeah,
J.
Kid J, your turn, buddy.
I think like the it's gonna be a really interesting matchup. See how the Lions how the Colts try to attack the Lions defense, would try because their main focus is running, and the Lions have a really good run defense. So I think they're gonna get a touchdown like the first quarter, because I think it's gonna take a minute for the Lions to kind of adjust to Anthony Richardson's speed. So I think he's gonna kind of run all over. He's gonna have a good rushing first quarter. I think he's gonna have like 40 yards and 40 yards rushing, 40, 50 yards rushing. The group chat's going to go a little nuts because they can't contain him, and people are going to worry a little bit. But I think once like they make some adjustments and at the quarter turn, I think that's like when the Lions will start like turning it on a little bit and start as they start to score a little bit more points. They'll put a little more pressure on Anthony Richardson to like do a little bit more than he's capable of, and I think that's going to lead to a turnover or two. And I think the Lions are going to pull away in the second half. But just overall with the talent of these two teams, you just got to just throw out the record books when it comes to these two guys. When they meet up, But I do think that the Lions are going to win 35-17.
Nice.
Oh man.
I had a feeling the record book was going out the window on this one. There you go.
All right, hey, Kid J, did Big Z have a prediction?
He did, yeah. He didn't give much analysis, but he just said his prediction is the Lions are winning 31-17.
Kid J, did he say prediction like that?
Yes, he did.
Are you sure about that? You want to try again? Yeah, I think
he said prediction.
Oh my!
There you go.
Yeah. You notice Big Z's predictions are like his spreads are getting wider now. Like every game, he'd be like, "Oh, we're gonna win 27-24, or we're gonna win 21-20, or we're gonna win like." Now you are 30 something 17.
That's because he's not throwing out the record book.
He's even gaining confidence now.
Yeah.
So, any last thoughts, you guys, before we bring an end to this wonderful podcast that we've just had here?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. More football.
Yeah,
Let's keep
buddy.
it rolling, man. Every game
This
is
is an
fun.
exciting week.
Yeah.
We got 2 week
This team
games
is
in like
just so
4 or
much fun
5
to
days.
watch, man. It's just I look forward to the weekend so much. See this team play. But Lions fans everywhere. I mean, God. I mean, what are you thinking now? I mean, God, Bob. We've been through this for. I mean, I'm 60, and I don't want to say exactly all that, but I've been rooting for this team for 60 years, and I mean, man, I've never ever even close to what we're seeing right now. This is amazing.
It's crazy. Yeah, we had that one like in the 90s, the early 90s. We had a little brief spell, but we've surpassed that now, and we went to an AFC Championship then, but now we're gonna have multiple division wins in a row and all that.
It's just so much fun.
Super Bowls, hopefully here soon. Well, not even hopefully, it's just happening.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Anyway,
And
I'm
we're
excited.
doing it.
And then you travel. Like I was just in California, and when you're wearing a Lions hat, like on the airport or something, people are like, "Yeah, Lions." Like everyone's like rooting for us. Like
I know.
Yeah,
nobody hates them yet.
Right? Yeah.
No.
We'll win a couple of
Bears fans or
Super Bowls,
something.
they'll start hating us. So.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. But right now, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, the Lions are awesome." So.
But our ranks swell in the meantime.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh, and the amazing thing is we're doing it all with our civilian quarterback.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Our civilian
Did you guys-
quarterback, right?
You guys hear that?
I did.
That line, some dummy, some guy named Wright. Yeah, that's not an appropriate last name for making comments like that, but it calls Jared Goff a civilian quarterback, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean.
Who knows?
Yeah.
It's like
Guy
how
trying to
does
make
it
a
sound
name,
dumb
hitting some
in
clicks.
2 words.
Yeah.
Like,
Anyway.
Jared Goff is looking so damn good right now.
Well, anyway, thanks
So hot.
for all you listeners who
Goff
tune
is
into
so hot
us.
right now.
This is a labor of love for us. We don't make any money doing this, so we appreciate you listening. And I know you guys love the Lions as much as we do.
Drop Patreon.
So thanks for listening. Thanks to our producer, Kid J. Kid J. All right, Kid J. He is the best in the business. Oh, yes,
He's the best.
He is.
Around.
Yeah.
No one's ever gonna
And
keep him down.
who else do we think? Kid J, you got to help me out here.
Yeah. You got to. Where do you find us?
Big
YouTube, Twitter, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
Kid J, help us out, man.
On the
Got,
Twitter.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, thank you, Minute Maid Media, for hosting us. And then find us on YouTube at DTBK Lions, at Instagram at Drinking the Blue Kool-Aid Pod, and then an email us at drinkingtheBlueKool-Aid@gmail.com.
All right, Kid J.
Well done, Kid J.
yeah, that was awesome.
Woo.
Yeah.
Woo. Kick ass.
All right, nice job.
I need a bobblehead now.
Anything else? Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. And then
So last but not least.
clear your throat, straight. Last, but not last. Wait,
But not
Last-
least, and as always.
but not least, as always, go.